What's going on? So I just did a leak down test. This LS right here. This little leak down thing, I did have a little trouble with it. So what I did was stick this and just hook it up to air. Took the crank and just turned this thing around. When I got air coming out of the exhaust, I knew the exhaust valve was open. When I got air coming out of the throttle body, I knew that the intake valve was open. When I had no air, I knew it was on top dead center. Also, with having no air come out of the exhaust or the intake, or like such a minute you can barely even hear it, I knew that this engine is probably good. I mean, this thing has probably less than 5% leak down on any of the valves. I mean, it's all probably less than that. I mean, it's very minimal that this thing has any leak down, so pretty cool. I got some new bolts for this. I gotta put some new bolts in. I think, where did I find these? I found these at a Roll King, or that's Tractor Supply. Where did I find these bolts? Well, I don't remember. I think it was a Roll King, but I went everywhere to try to find the 10 1.5 by 150. Looked everywhere, couldn't find them. I cut these down on my bandsaw there, but now I found the right ones. Pretty cool. So the next video you'll see, I'll probably be tearing down this engine. I'm gonna tear it down, and I think I'm gonna do ring gap. I think actually, I don't know, the engine tested good with the leak down, so I'm probably gonna strip it down, clean it, paint it, ring gap head studs, put it back together, and run it with a camshaft. I think I'm gonna go super budget, 6, 7, 800 horsepower to start off with. You know, it's kind of a bad time of year to be building a car, so I think I'm just gonna put a ring gap in it, clean it up, and run it with a camshaft. I'm not sure what camshaft first. And then over here on the Mustang, I gotta finish this up. Let me get a light real quick. Let me get a light. Now I ordered a cheap turbo kit, mainly for the piping, not the intercooler. 2.5-inch pipe right there. Came with a bunch of bands and couplers, a bunch of straights, 90s, big 90s, short 90s. This is just mock-up, but that's how it's coming out of there. That's a pretty big difference. I think this pipe is 3-inch, so it's going to go 2.5 to 3-inch to the mouth. That's a 78mm throttle body. I do got to get the blow off and the PMAS right there, get the piston slotted in. But that's that going under the car. And since my piping hangs pretty low, it's about, if you look, so there's the front of the bumper, and that's where that, so it's I mean, it's tucked up pretty good. I think it will be okay. I really think it's gonna be fine. If it rubs, you know, that kind of sucks. So that's that. It comes out of the intercooler there, comes around and up to the turbo there. So follow it down, intercooler there, and then it's really tight in here. And then intercooler passenger side comes around, and then through there, and then up in that way. So around, up. It's not too many bends actually. I probably could have done it with maybe one less bend, but this right here, I'm gonna push it up a little more. But yeah, that's it. That's the setup. So hot side, I got a few more things to weld. I might change my wastegate location again. And cold side, I'm gonna try to run it there. It's up above the front splitter a little bit, so I think it might be all right. And this keeps the air conditioning. If you haven't seen, that's what I did. So it goes off wise right there. Comes forward, feeds the turbo, comes out over to the intercooler, around, and then up the driver's side, and then comes through there like I said. So I just got to finish that right there. I need to get the fitting to hook up my oil. I already have the oil return is already there. So everything's pretty good with that. I mean, it's pretty much done. One fitting for the oil feed, a pipe, a PMAS, and a blow-off valve. 2 more welds around the pipe, and then I gotta put a fuel pump. I just got injectors for it. Bought some 72-pound D-Twerks injectors. So injectors, Walbro 450, and I don't know if it's gonna work or not. It's kind of an experiment. I mean, it's just exhaust feeding the turbo. I've already started the car. It spins the turbo as soon as I start the car. Will it make boost? I'm sure I'm gonna have problems, but I'm gonna go order the stuff to finish the intake, and then that way, that's good. I'm gonna get the fitting for the oil feed, then we can start it and hopefully make 1 or 2 pounds of boost, and then you put the fuel pump and injectors in. I'll make a video on that and go get a tune and see if anybody wants to tune this piece of crap. It's basically a knockoff of a Gen 1 on 3 kit with a straighter shot to the turbo. That's it. Clearance wise, I've had it on the ground, I've measured it. There's 3 inches of clearance from the pipe to the thing. I have coilovers, I could adjust it, but I do like my tires up in the fenders. So there's a lot of little things to do, but that's that. I mean, it's kind of a work in progress, and I've been looking at TIG welders. If this works, I'm gonna probably copy the kit with a few changes and do it with nice pipe and a TIG welder. I may go to a 3-inch, because I mean that just looks really small compared to, that just looks crazy small. This is 2.5 inch, that's 2.5 inch, and this right here, I did not have this. This V-band was right here and it was beautiful. I mean, it was, the problem was I had nowhere to put my wastegate. But if I change my wastegate location, then I can put that V-band back to here. I am going to order a new turbo. So this turbo is kind of like mock-up, so that downpipe's pretty much, I guess I say a practice run. I will fire it on this turbo. I don't plan on running it hard on this turbo. Once I clear out the kit, I've already pressure tested the hot side. It's good. Now it's just the cold side. From there to there is all I have to finish. Gotta put on some of these clamps. It's cheap DIY turbo kit that cost me about 200 bucks. It took me forever, but I mean, I'm in no rush. I mean, I have to re-register the car. It's sat so long, I don't even have it registered anymore. So it needs registration, and I'm not gonna drive it right away. So probably another 4 months, if I had to guess, 5 months. And the LS thing, let's see how much money I make this year. That's basically how it is. Anyways, that's a kind of an update. I got the cold side done, and I'm gonna keep on working. This is Dustin's Customs. I'm Dustin. I hope you all have a happy new year, and let's hope 2021 is much better. Go buy your guns. I just went and bought a couple new guns today. I'm buy them now, buy your ammunition, blah blah blah. Tinfoil hat, whatever. I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.
I ain't really here for the gossip, nah. Blah blah blah, yeah, I'm hot, bitch. Try to play me, but you tried it. Way too wavy, gotta ride it. Pull up on you, yeah, we sliding.